Did you know that one of the most impactful voices of our time started as a mute? A little girl who wouldn't speak for nearly 5 years. Welcome to Quote Almanac, and today, we'll explore the incredible journey of Maya Angelou, the poet, the author, the woman. Born Marguerite Annie Johnson in 1928, Maya Angelou's life was a roller coaster. Growing up during the Jim Crow era in the American South, she faced countless challenges: racism, sexual abuse, and the difficulties of being a single mother. Yet, she emerged as a beacon of hope, drawing strength from her experiences. One of her most iconic quotes, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel," stands testament to her understanding of human emotions. Maya believed that our feelings are our most genuine reflections, and this quote is a reminder of the power of empathy and understanding in our interactions. Her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, echoes this sentiment, depicting the struggles of her early life, from childhood trauma to the joy and pain of adolescence. Through her words, she taught many the importance of rising above adversity and finding one's own voice. Following her famous autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Maya Angelou went on to write 6 more autobiographical books, each one a poignant reflection of different phases of her life. This brings us to another of her empowering quotes: "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." And Maya certainly had many stories to tell. Growing up, Angelou moved frequently, living with various family members after her parents' tumultuous marriage ended. This uprooting and shifting had a profound impact on her identity, leading her to explore various art forms for expression. During her silent years after a traumatic experience, books became her refuge. Writers like Charles Dickens, William Shakespeare, Edgar Allan Poe, and African-American artists like Frances Harper, Anne Spencer, and Jessie Fawcett became her invisible mentors, shaping her worldview. Her journey into motherhood was just as unexpected as the many turns her life took. At the tender age of 16, Angelou became a mother to a son, Clyde, later renamed Guy Johnson. It was a challenge she faced head-on, with all the fierceness you'd expect from her. This stage of her life inspired many reflections on motherhood and love, including the famous quote, "To describe my mother would be to write about a hurricane in its perfect power." As a young woman in the 1950s, Angelou embarked on an adventurous career as a dancer and singer. She toured Europe with a production of Porgy and Bess, an experience that exposed her to global audiences and broadened her perspectives. It was during these years that she adopted the name Maya Angelou, a blend of her childhood nickname and a variation of her former husband's surname. The 1960s saw Maya Angelou deeply involved in the civil rights movement. She collaborated with Martin Luther King Jr. and served as the Northern Coordinator for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. However, her activism wasn't limited to the US alone. Angelou also spent some years in Egypt and Ghana, working in journalism and teaching at the University of Ghana's School of Music and Drama. But it wasn't all about work for Angelou. In Ghana, she joined a community of Black American expatriates, which included the famous writer and activist W.E.B. Du Bois and the brilliant playwright Julian Mayfield. These interactions, in a land far away from home, deepened her understanding of racial identity and the idea of Pan-Africanism. One cannot speak of Maya Angelou and not mention her poetic endeavors. Her collection Just Give Me a Cool Drink of Water 'Fore I Die was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. Through her poems, she talked about love, loss, music, discrimination, and survival. One of her most notable poems, Still I Rise, is a powerful anthem of defiance against oppression, which ends with the lines, "I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise." In her later years, Maya Angelou became a revered public figure, receiving over 50 honorary degrees and countless awards. She even recited her poem, On the Pulse of Morning, at the inauguration of President Bill Clinton in 1993, making her the second poet in history to have that honor. Her connection with influential figures wasn't just limited to activists and presidents. Angelou shared a deep bond with media mogul Oprah Winfrey. Winfrey often spoke of Angelou as her mentor, guiding her through many professional and personal challenges. Through the tapestry of Maya Angelou's life, there's a continuous thread of resilience, learning, and an insatiable thirst for life. She was not just a witness to change but an active participant in the transformative events of the 20th century. Through her words and actions, Angelou showed us that no matter the adversities, one could rise above them and leave a legacy that would inspire generations to come. To conclude, as you reflect on Maya Angelou's life, let it be a testament to the indomitable human spirit, to the power of words, and to the timeless dance between pain and beauty. And as she so aptly put it, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. If this exploration into Maya Angelou's universe moved you, stirred you, or enlightened you in any way, please hit that like button. It helps spread these tales of timeless wisdom. And if you haven't already, join our community by subscribing to Quote Almanac. Here's to learning from the past to enrich our present. As you immerse yourself in Angelou's world, you'll find her words resonate with diverse themes: love, resilience, determination. She once said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." This quote perfectly encapsulates her spirit, indomitable and fierce. If you're enjoying this dive into Maya Angelou's life and wisdom, please consider subscribing to Quote Almanac. We bring to you the stories and quotes of iconic figures like her, aiming to inspire and inform. Maya Angelou wasn't just a writer. She was an actress, director, and even a singer. Her multifaceted career only added layers to her already rich life story. One of her other famous quotes, "We may encounter many defeats but we must not be defeated," speaks to her unwavering resilience. It's a mantra she lived by, and she encouraged others to adopt the same attitude. But beyond her personal achievements, Angelou had a significant societal impact. She worked alongside civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Her words were not just personal reflections but echoed the dreams and struggles of an entire generation. In her later years, Angelou said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." Maya lived her life just like she described. She thrived, leaving an indelible mark in literature, civil rights, and the hearts of millions. To wrap up, Maya Angelou's legacy is vast. Her words, profound. Her spirit, infectious. She taught us to find beauty in adversity, to love fiercely, and to never let anyone define us but ourselves. Before we end today's video, if you enjoyed our content, please give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to Quote Almanac for more inspiring stories. Let the wisdom of the past guide your tomorrow.